Good morning, Year 5. So today we're going to be using our fact retrieval skills to help us answer these questions about Chapter 4. Now, obviously, we started reading Chapter 4 yesterday and to split it up again so that we had chance to read a bit more today as well. Now, some of you have been doing fantastically well when answering comprehension questions and remembering to answer in full sentences. Okay, so just a reminder, that's what our Year 5 standard is. We must answer in our full sentences, not just one-worded answers. Try and give me a full sentence, okay? Let's get cracking. They left the ship and stepped onto a harbour bustling with people. Many of them seemed to be selling weird and wonderful things, from mermaid flowers and pirate pancakes to treasure maps and telescopes. Stella would have loved to explore, but there wasn't even time to have breakfast. The other members of the expedition had already left to arrange their final supplies, and Felix and Stella were the last to get going. A sleigh had been sent for them from the Polar Bear Explorers Club, ornate and beautiful, adorned with dozens of silver bells and the explorer's crest painted on the side. And stamping their pearly hooves and snorting their misted breath into the frosty morning air were 6 magnificent zebra unicorns. Stella and Felix boarded the sleigh and set off into Coldgate. The many tiny bells created a constant backdrop of silver music. The entire city was made from ice, and dozens of ice towers sparkled as the sleigh rattled along the frozen cobbles. Stella was quite sure it must be the most beautiful of places in the whole wide world. Everything was bright white in the morning sun, with ice sculptures and frozen fountains marking every corner. In no time at all, they reached the gates of the Polar Bear Explorers Club, topped with gold-tipped spikes. There were also glorious polar bear statues crafted from white marble, reclining on the pillars at either end. The gates swung open for them, and the sleigh passed down a central path, flanked on each side by a vast snow garden. There were ice sculptures designed to look like an entire forest of trees, and Stella glimpsed ice polar bears between the tree trunks. But even the lovely ice garden couldn't compare to the magnificent building that housed the club itself. It was officially the largest igloo in the known world. But rather than being constructed from ice, it was made entirely of white marble, shot through with silver veins that sparkled in the sun. And instead of the usual smooth, round roof, this igloo had dozens of white brick chimneys, all of which were busily puffing out wood smoke from the many fires the club kept burning day and night. So now we have the independent read sign. You're going to read the next few pages by yourself or with an adult, whichever you please. I'd like to also have a look at this picture to imagine that this is what Stella sees in front of her. Now, I don't know about you, but if I saw that, I would be absolutely flabbergasted at the sight in front of me. Okay, I think it's really, really magical. So once you have read through these next few pages, I want you to go back to the comprehension questions and answer them as best as you can. And if you want a little extra task, I'd like to know how you feel about this book so far. So I don't know about you guys, but I'm really enjoying the magical feel to this book so far. And I'd love to know your opinions on it as well. Okay? So if you pause the pages so you can read it at your own pace.